They're off. And pacing. And they're off. In Western Canada, pacing dirty 62.
They are off.
And up and pacing in the 7th.
Swing open that gate and watch them horses accelerate. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pacing.
Stone Tenacious still there by a length. On the outside, Tin Can Timmy working hard in second. Redstone Arsenal third. Keystone Tenacious, Phil Giesbrecht looking to win the final 3. And he does it. Keystone Tenacious in front.
And Raisins, it'll be fine. Now pops to the outside and has gone right on by. It'll be fine. We'll win it.
Great Western State. It is Choose to Cruise coming down the home stretch, and Choose to Cruise is going to cruise to victory.
Up the lane, down the stretch, 125 and 1, believe it, see it. Gray Horizon now trying to colors down for the drive. YYC on the horizon, and from the back, Blue Line Cruiser, but Gray Horizon is getting away. YYC on the horizon, wide out for Outlaw Stay the course, but Gray Horizon is going to get it done. Gray Horizon, Western Canada pacing dirty 62 place.
And it looks like it is going to be Litazor's race to lose. Litazor is home and cool comfortably in a nice time of 1:59 and 1.
Go. Captain Van Gogh now up by 5 lengths and gearing down. It's Phil Giesbrecht and Captain Van Gogh. Easy winner in the second race.
Golden Boys Stake Final. The winner is going to be Looking Like a Million.
Third inside the 8th Shark Week dominant as always. 7 in a row and kicks off Century Mile where he left off.
Hello and welcome to the second annual Westie Awards here on our presenting sponsor, thewesternpacer.ca. The Western Pacer is the newest publication dedicated to covering harness racing in both Western Canada and United States. Right now we got BC, Alberta, Manitoba, and California, and soon will be Minnesota. So make sure to check out thewesternpacer.ca for all news, picks, recaps, and the weekly Western Weekend Roundup show. And make sure to follow us on our social media pages. We're available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and YouTube. You're watching this on YouTube, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, hit that thumbs up, throw some comments in there. Everything is greatly appreciated. And keep an eye out. We're going to add a Blue Sky page momentarily. That's the newest social media platform, it seems like. Yeah. So I'm really excited for this. The Westie Awards. Had a great time doing it last year. And now we're going to do it once more. So for a recap, if you're new to this, I, Trey Colbeck, determined the nominees based on performance over the past year. So 2024, each category has one nominee from each of the 3 provinces. So Manitoba, Alberta, and BC. Maybe one day we can add Saskatchewan to that. Just going to wait when they have a full-time track. And then between those 3 nominees, we'll have one winner from each category. There's 10 categories this year, 3 human categories, followed by 7 horse categories. New category, the Claimer of the Year, which is near the end. But we'll start off with the human ones momentarily. Congratulations to everyone that had a fantastic year, nominee, winner, or anybody. I think it was a pretty good year, 2024, for all 5 tracks. 6 if you want to count Miami Fair, but all the 5 main tracks in Western Canada over the 3 provinces. I've really, really liked what's going on in Alberta. BC at Fraser Downs seems to be exceeding expectations, and yeah. Fraser Downs has a big revamp, it seems like. The 3 Alberta ones are doing good, and I think things are progressing here in Manitoba as well. So really excited to keep it going and see what 2025 holds for us. But before we can do that, we got to take care of this little bit of bookkeeping here. And we're going to take off here. Trainer of the Year. We have our 3 nominees coming in from Manitoba first. Our nominee is Matthew Howlett. Matty here, he's got 51 starts as a trainer in Manitoba, 20 wins in Manitoba, and he earned $76,811 just in Manitoba. The whole year, he had 89 starts, 34 wins with $134,000 in prize money collected, and he has a UTRS of 0.519. And again, the Manitoba nominee is Matthew Howlett. Our Alberta nominee is Brandon Campbell. He had 333 starts as a trainer, all in Alberta, 77 wins, $841,000 in prize money, and a UTRS of 0.377. So the Alberta nominee is Brandon Campbell. And Rod Thayers is our BC nominee. 215 starts, all coming in British Columbia, 70 wins, over $500,000 in prize money, and a UTRS of 0.480. That's Rod Thayers, our nominee from British Columbia. So again, Matthew Howlett from Manitoba, Brandon Campbell from Alberta, and Rod Thayers from BC. And the winner of Trainer of the Year award is Matthew Howlett. Manitoba gets the first win of the night. Matty Howlett with the big win there. And mostly got it because of that winning percentage, UTRS of anything over 0.5. 34 wins and 89 starts. That's over a third of his races he's winning. Big year for the young man, and hopefully we see a lot more out of him in 2025. So Matthew Howlett kicks the night off for Manitoba. But congratulations to Campbell and Thayers as well. They had hell of years as well, and really excited to see what they have in store for next year. On to our next human category, Driver of the Year. Our nominees, first up from Manitoba, Donald Howlett. He had 57 starts in Manitoba, 22 wins, and earned over $85,000 while in the sulky, and a URDS of 0.507. He actually had 28 wins over the year. He's been spending some time in Alberta too, and he's over $100,000 in earnings this year. Our Alberta nominee is Phil Giesbrick. He had 673 starts in Alberta, over 770 in total. He had 138 wins just in Alberta alone, with 170 in total. He earned $1.4 million in the bike, with $1.1 million of that coming in Alberta, and he has a URDS of 0.361. That's Phil Giesbrick, our Alberta nominee, and our British Columbia nominee is Kelly Hort. He had 327 starts in BC, 81 wins there as well. He had $479,000 in earnings in the bike in British Columbia, but he earned $1.1 million in total and had 150 wins in 845 starts throughout the year, a 0.318 URDS. So again, Don Howlett from Manitoba, Phil Giesbrick from Alberta, and Kelly Hort here from BC. And the Driver of the Year, Westie, goes to Phil Giesbrick. Congratulations, Phil. Had a heck of a year. He ended things off. He had a great year. He was driving in British Columbia as well, and the Western Regional Driving Championship winner. So congratulations, Phil, for winning this year's Westie Driver of the Year. And last and certainly not least, for the human categories, we got Owner of the Year from Manitoba, or the Manitoba nominee is Laverne Turnbull. Laverne, he had, and at the Loop, he had 13 wins, and he earned $58,000 just from the Loop alone. In 46 starts. He actually had, let me see here, quick math, 37 top 3 finishes at the Loop out of 46 starts. So yeah, most of his horses were finishing in the top 3. He definitely earned a lot of checks at the Loop. Our Alberta nominee is Rodney Starwitzky and Claudette Bickle. Just at Century Downs, they had 17 wins and $252,000 of earnings. If you add in what they did at Century Mile, you can add 7 more wins and $147,000 in earnings. So that is Alberta's nominee, Rodney Starwitzky, with Claudette Bickle. And our British Columbia nominee is Triple J Stables, just on their own, they had 17 wins and $190,000 in earnings. The horses that the JJJ Stables owns, along with Paul Sanders and Jim Marino, you can add 22 more wins and $254,000 there. So that is our British Columbia nominee from Manitoba. We have Laverne Turnbull. Alberta, we have Rodney Zerwisky with Clausette Bickle and Triple J Stables in British Columbia. And the owner of the year winner is Triple J Stables. So congratulations to them. So we have one of each province winning here in the human categories. So yeah, we had Matthew Howlett for Trainer of the Year, Phil Giesbrick for Driver of the Year, and JJJ Stables here for Owner of the Year. Wow. That's great. Now we're going to get into the horse categories. Let me see here. I might have to talk quick, so we're going to get some water. Ooh, first we got 2-year-old filly of the year. Kicking off with our Manitoba nominee, Girl on the Go, an Ambro Baylor sire. She only had 2 starts, no wins, $1,740 in earnings. Never put up a lifetime mark. Her best finish was a 4th place finish in the MSSBA Kindergarten Stake. She's owned and bred by Daryl and Sherry Mason, and Paula Mason as well. Helped breed her as well. Our Alberta nominee is Custer Dolce. Custer the Dragon, 9 starts, all in Alberta, 8 wins, $139,000 in earnings, a lifetime mark of $154 flat. She had the ABSS Super Final winner, as along with a couple other things. She was bred by Jamie Gray, who still owns her with Jackson Widdop, Max Gibb, and Derek Wilson. And our BC nominee, well, there's still Custer Dolce. She also won the ABSS Stardust, the Brad Gunn, the ASHA Filly, and the ABSS Starlet. And now our BC winner here was Heaven's Little Dragon, another Custer the Dragon. 4 wins, all in BC. 6 starts, over $70,000 in earnings, had a lifetime mark of $157.4 at Fraser Downs. She won the Betty Milback Memorial and the BC Bred Stake winner. She was bred by Surdale Farms, Alan Neurader, Kathleen Neurader, and James Rhodes. She's currently owned by Rod Thayers and Ralph Thayers, along with KFC Farms. So there we go. That's our 2-year-old filly of the year nominations. Girl on the Go in Manitoba, Custer Dolce in Alberta, and Heaven's Little Dragon in BC. And the winner is Custer Dolce. Congratulations there to the 2-year-old filly of the year. On to the 2-year-old colt and gelding of the year. In Manitoba, we're going to go with Shady Roan by Mr. Rock. Only 2 starts this year, all in Manitoba, 1 win, but that 1 win was in the juvenile stake. It's over $7,800 in earnings, bred by Aurel Voden, who still owns this colt with Katie McLennan. 204-3 is his lifetime mark at the Loop. Our Alberta nominee, I like the color of that horse. Nice gray. Shady Roan from Manitoba. And our Alberta nominee is Mama's Work of Art, an outrageous art sired. Had 8 starts, all in Alberta, 3 wins, over $78,000 in career earnings with a lifetime mark of $155.2, which he did that at Track On 2. His accomplishments were the Norm Kennedy winner and the ABSS Rising Star. Bred by Donald Monkman, owned by Shelley Arsenault and Don Jr. Stables with Jackson Widdop. And again, that's Mama's Work of Art for your Alberta nominee. And from BC, an all bets off sired, Fubar Bundy, bred by Surdale Farms, currently owned by Rod Thayers with Ralph Thayers and KFC Farms. Was a perfect 5 for 5 in BC with $76,000 in earnings. Had a lifetime mark of $154.3. accomplishments is the Robert Milbank Memorial Final winner and the BC Bred Stake winner. And again, that's Fubar Bundy. So your nominees for the 2-year-old Colton Gelding of the Year from Manitoba, Shady Roan, Alberta, Mama's Work of Art, and BC, Fubar Bundy. And the winner is Fubar Bundy. So BC now gets their second win of the day. Alberta and BC each have 2. Manitoba having 1. So congratulations, Fubar Bundy, and all the connections there. Now on to the 3-year-olds. We got 3-year-old fillies from Manitoba. Choose to Cruise, Alambretta. 9 wins, 8 of which came in Manitoba. Over 47,000 in earnings in total, with 35,000 in Manitoba. Lifetime mark of 155-2 since leaving to the Meadows. Her accomplishments is the MSBA Silk Lace, Lady Crocus, and the Manitoba Great Western Stake. She was owned by Trevor Williams when she was racing in Manitoba, bred by Betty Manning. And again, that is Choose to Cruise. Our Alberta nominee is going to be Captive Audience sired. Let's look more at Choose to Cruise. Yeah, okay. It's nice when they get their blankie. Here we go. Here's the Alberta one. Outlaw Guns and Roses, the Captive Audience filly. 13 starts, all of which came in Alberta. 11 wins, over $285,000 in earnings. She put up a lifetime mark of 151-3 at Century Downs. Her accomplishments, the ABSS Super Final, along with the Century Casino and the ABSS Princess, the Gordon Ila Rumpel Memorial, along with the ABSS Diamond. She was bred by Outlaw Stables and owned by Rodney Starwiski and Clausette Bickle. The Alberta nominee for Owner of the Year. And from BC, we got Over Ice and Custard the Dragon. 17 starts, 5 only in BC, 4 wins in BC, though she was 4 for 5 in BC, over 162,000 in earnings. She has a lifetime mark of 153-3 at Century Downs. She did some damage in Alberta as well. Her accomplishments this year was she won the Mary Murphy Stakes and the BC Sales Stakes. She's owned and bred by the BC Owner of the Year, Triple J Stables. So again, our nominees here for 3-year-old filly of the year from Manitoba, Choose to Cruise, Alberta, Outlaw Guns and Roses, and from BC, Over Ice. And the winner is a 3-year-old filly of the year, Outlaw Guns and Roses. So congratulations there to Rodney Starwiski and Clausette Bickle, the owners of Outlaw Guns and Roses. Now we're on to 3-year-old Colt and Gelding of the Year from Manitoba. We're going to got the Looking Like a Million, an Armbro Baylor sire. 10 starts in Manitoba, 5 wins. He's got 6 in total. $37,000 in earnings. His lifetime mark now is 153-2. He put up a win at Woodbine Mohawk Park recently. His accomplishments, he won the Golden Boy Final and the Manitoba's Futurity Final. Owned by Tara, Val, George, and Garrett Isman, bred by Daryl and Sherry Mason. That's Looking Like a Million. Next up from Alberta, the 3-year-old nominee there is going to be Gray Horizon, a Vertical Horizon. All 14 starts for Alberta. All 9 wins came there, obviously. He had $251,000 in earnings and put up a lifetime mark of 153 flat at Century Downs. His accomplishments, the ABSS Super Final, the Western Canada Pacing Derby Final, the ABSS Plainsman, along with the ABSS Ralph Klein, and the Moores Mile. He won all of those. He was bred by Gigi Van Orstrand and is owned by Jody Luftus, Raymond Henry, and George Rogers. And again, that's Gray Horizon. And from BC, a Shadow Play sired, Want to Be a Big Star. 12 starts, all coming in BC with 4 wins. 78,000 in earnings this year, a lifetime mark of 154 flat. He won the Robert Murphy Memorial Stake. He's bred by Jane Kelly and currently owned by JJJ Stables, Jim Marino, and Paul Sanders. Again, this is Want to Be a Big Star, the BC nominee for 3-year-old Colton Gelding of the Year. From Manitoba again, we have Looking Like a Million. From Alberta, we have Grey Horizon, and BC here, Wanna Be a Big Star. And the winner is Grey Horizon. So congratulations there to the connections with Grey Horizon. That's 7 awards in the book. And I believe we have 1 Manitoba, 2 BC, and 4 Alberta. So Alberta's taken off with this one. Alberta had a great year. 3 more awards left to go. And the first ever claimer of the year here. Coming up from Manitoba, Lidazor, a Vertical Horizon. He had 15 starts in Manitoba with 7 wins. He's added 2 more wins elsewhere, racing in Alberta. He's got a lifetime mark of 153-3, which he did at Century Mile. Over $41,000 in earnings this year. He's owned by Don Howlett. He was bred by Jamie Gray and Neil Malik. And again, that's Lidazor is the Manitoba nominee. Going to Alberta now. We got Outlaw Spiced Rum, a blue burner mare. She had 28 wins in Alberta. Or 28 starts in Alberta, my bad, 28 starts, but 14 wins. She was batting 500 in Alberta. She has 20 wins overall in 38 starts, so doing better than 50% overall with over $100,000 in earnings. She has a lifetime mark of 153-4. She's bred by Outlaw Stables and is currently owned by Rod Thayers. Again, that's Outlaw Spiced Rum for the Alberta nominee. And to BC, we got Forever Furley, a Domnition Hanover sired. All 26 starts came in BC, 8 wins there, $30,000 in earnings, a lifetime mark of 154-2. This Forever Furley is owned and bred by Kelly Houdon. So again, our nominees for Claimer of the Year, we got Lidazor out of Manitoba, Outlaw Spiced Rum in Alberta, which I believe she's actually racing in BC now, and then Forever Furley from BC. And the winner of Claimer of the Year is Outlaw Spiced Rum. I know she was a hot commodity over the summer, getting claimed left, right, and center. So congratulations to everybody who was a part of her connections at some point. Now we got Aged Mare of the Year from Manitoba. We got Singin' Ramona, who's she's a sports writer. She had 12 starts in Manitoba, 6 wins there, 10 wins overall in the year. She's over $46,000 in earnings, 20,000 of that coming in Manitoba. She's a lifetime mark of 156 flat at Buffalo Raceway. She's currently owned by Don Howlett, and she was bred by Jamie Smith and Hubert McDonald. And that's Singing Ramona. And the Alberta nominee, I believe she just won the other day, is going to be Stash the Cookies. This is a Sunfire Blue Chip mare. We'll just let the video finish up here. And Stash the Cookies with 11 wins, all in Alberta this year, 17 starts in Alberta. Just shy of $100,000 this year in earnings, but a lifetime mark of 151-2. She's owned by Derek Gilbert and William Andrew Bread. William Andrew Bread Stash the Cookies. A lot of pick fives I've won singling this horse. But I've also lost a few singling this horse, so that's fine. And going to the BC nominee, Custer the Dragon Gray C. 21 starts in BC, 33 overall, 7 wins in BC. 9 overall, over $90,000 in earnings, with $60,000 of that coming in BC. She's a lifetime mark of 152-4, which she did at Century Downs. She's owned and bred by Sea Spray Stables. So again, our Aged Mare of the Year nominees are Stinging Ramona from Manitoba, Stash the Cookies from Alberta, and up on the screen right now, Grey Sea from British Columbia. And the winner is Stash the Cookies. Congratulations to Derek on that win. And that's Alberta's just ran away with the awards. I think Manitoba has 1, BC has 2, and the other 6 have went to Alberta with 1 left. And we got the Aged Horse of the Year in Manitoba. It's going to the Captain Treacherous Army Captain Hanover. 12 starts in Manitoba, 6 wins in Manitoba. He's earned over $77,000 this year in total, with $27,000 coming from Manitoba. His lifetime mark of 151-3 from Fraser Downs. He's owned by Manitoba owner of the year nominee Laverne Turnbull, and he was bred by Hanover Shoe Farms. Now from Alberta, the nominee from Alberta, we're going to go with Shark Week. Who else but Shark Week, right? It's really tough to give it to anyone else but Shark Week, the Vertical Horizon sired horse here. He's got 10 starts this year, all in Alberta, 9 wins, $78,000 in earnings, with a lifetime mark of that very impressive record, a Western Canadian record of 149-2, owned by Lauren Duffield and Rodney Hennessy, bred by Meridian Farms. Again, Shark Week. He looked good the other day debuting. And the very last nominee we'll talk about today from BC, It Will Be Fine. He's watching sired. He had 24 starts in BC, 38 in total this year, 8 wins in BC, 11 overall. He's got $86,000 in earnings this year and a lifetime mark of 151-1. He's bred by Denneburn Stables and Arcelio Stables, while he's owned by Leslie Gordelian and Richard Lancaster. Again, that's it. It'll be fine. And your 3 nominees for Aged Horse of the Year, we got Army Captain Hanover from Manitoba, the one and only Shark Week from Alberta, and BC up on the screen. It'll be fine. And your winner is Shark Week. Really hard to give it to anyone else other than Shark Week there. And that's all the awards I have for you today. Pretty quick and simple. Thank you for joining me. If you joined me today, if you're here, you obviously joined me. And that is the 2nd Annual Westie Awards. Make sure to hit that like button on our YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button as well. The Western Pacer YouTube channel is where you can find the Western Weekend Roundup every Sunday. I'll be here tomorrow recapping all the action from over the weekend. Kicking off with Century Mile Wednesday night racing and Saturday night racing at Century Mile, along with Cal Expo Friday and Saturday. Also, make sure to check out thewesternpacer.ca. I have picks up for all those tracks, as well as this is first coming out. Century Mile is about to take off here on Saturday night, and Cal Expo as well later in the night. I'll always have picks for every Western track going forward. And make sure to follow, like, subscribe, all those things on our social media pages. If you find our news on Facebook, make sure to like the page, follow the page. Same with Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. And again, like I said earlier, Blue Sky is in the pipeline. It'll be coming soon. I think that's everything I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. I'm Trey Colbeck. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.